Hey everyone, my name is Ellen and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Linger by the Cranberries on the guitar. Today I am featuring my Journey Instruments OF440 guitar, which is one of the coolest guitars that I own because it is actually collapsible, which makes for a great travel companion. So if you're interested in this model or any of their other travel guitars, I will make sure to link them down below. I want to give a quick shout out and thank you to my patrons on my Patreon page for voting on this song as this month's patron picks. So if you want a little bit of voting power in the songs that you see me feature on this channel, make sure to check it out. I will link that below as well. Here's a quick overview of everything I'll be covering in this tutorial today, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so you only need to know 4 different chord shapes to play through this song, and we're going to start with our D major, which looks like this and sounds like this. And by the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my free beginner series right here on YouTube, so make sure to check that out right here. The next chord shape is our A suspended 4. We also have our C add 9. And last is our G major. And then I'm going to show you an extra chord shape really quick. This is just going to be for that like intro tab and the outro tab. But basically you want to put your D chord on and then just remove your index finger. And this will be our D add 4 chord. I'm going to go ahead and label this kind of optional because you only need to play it when you do the intro and the outro. If you want to just strum through the song, you don't need to know that chord shape. And then really quick, I also wanted to point out with all of our chords, notice your ring finger is kind of like staying in the same position for all these chord shapes. Even for the optional chord. Alright, so if you're practicing your transitions, I would definitely recommend leaving your ring finger down and using that as an anchor finger to kind of figure out where the rest of your fingers need to go while you're doing the transitions. It can just be helpful if you're a beginner to have that finger always placed so you know where the rest of them go. But anyways, those are the only chords you need to know to play through this song. So go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really memorize these chord shapes as well as practice transitioning back and forth between them because it'll make learning the rest of the song so much easier for you. And remember that ring finger can be used as an anchor finger to kind of help you with those chord transitions, so keep that in mind as well. But once you have these chords under your belt, we can go ahead and talk about the strumming that I would suggest for this song. Alright, so as I always say, if you are brand new to playing guitar or you're somebody who struggles with playing guitar while singing at the same time, the first thing I would suggest doing is to bring up the song and go ahead and go through the entire thing with just a single down strum on each chord change as you sing through the song. And you want to take this time to really get used to what word or what syllable you're on whenever those chords are changing. So here's a quick example of what that would look like. But I'm in so deep, you know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Alright, so that's just a really quick example, but you would essentially want to do that for the entire song and just really make sure you know where those chords are going to be changing. You'll also figure out a lot of things, like in particular this song, the order we just played those chords in, D, A, C, G, that's actually the exact progression you'll be using throughout the entire song. And this is all stuff that you'll figure out as you do this little practice pattern, so I would highly recommend building that into your practice schedule. And this is actually something you do right now if you check out my Patreon page. I do have this entire guide available to download and print out, so I'll make sure to leave that link in the description box. But once you've done that and you're comfortable with where those chord changes are going to be, then we can go ahead and add to this down strum to make more of a full strumming pattern that you can use for this song. Alright guys, so as you can see for this strumming pattern today, we are going to be counting this in a 16th note rhythm. So if you have no idea what that is or how to count that, I would definitely recommend checking out my beginner series because we go over that over there. But basically it's going to sound like this. We have 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, a 2E and E and a 4 and a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this entire strumming pattern on screen and you're going to play it through 2 times per chord throughout the song. So let's go ahead and start here at the first verse. You can see here we're starting on our D chord. You would essentially want to apply this pattern through twice for D. So we have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, and then again. Then we go to our A sus4, same thing, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up twice. Good, next is C add 9, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up twice. And then last is our G chord, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up twice. And this strumming rhythm, you'll be able to use this for the entire song. So one thing I wanted to add in here that will help with the rhythm of this as you're playing through the song is called accents. So what I want you to do is when we're accenting a certain strum, you want to give it more of a full strum, so you want to strum all the strings. So let me show you on our G chord. An accented strum is going to be strumming all the strings and with a little bit extra like emphasis or like oomph behind it, whereas all of the other strums that you're not accenting, you can kind of concentrate more on just the middle strings and have less of a wrist motion when you're strumming. All right, so with this pattern, you can see here, I recommend accenting the first, the and of the 2, and the 4th beat, so I'll turn those arrows green. And basically on these down strums, I want you to just give a little extra emphasis. So we have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. So hopefully you can hear how those green arrows are a little bit louder and just more punchy than the other arrows. All right, so practice that, and if you can add that into your strumming rhythm, I definitely recommend it. It really helps maintain a little bit of a beat as you strum through this song. And then of course we also need to speed this up a little bit to get it more at full tempo. So more at full tempo, it'll sound like this. We have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. So quite a bit faster. So if you're already struggling with the motion of getting these arrows down, or you're losing your rhythm and things like that, I would definitely recommend starting slower and speeding up gradually. I actually have a practice with me strumming video right here on YouTube that you can check out. I'll link it in the corner for those of you who need help with this. But essentially you want to develop that muscle memory, and then you want to be able to play this a little bit quicker. So one time through the chord progression with those accents in and at full tempo would sound like this. If you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. Sure, I might be rude, but it's just your attitude. It's tearing me apart, it's ruining every day. All right, so you can hear how I'm continuing to keep those accents in throughout the song. Again, I think it's really important, and it'll really help your rhythm if you can add those in there. But that was an example of the verse. Let's go ahead and bring it into the chorus. You'll see this strumming pattern can apply exactly the same for the chorus as well. But I'm in so deep, you know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? All right. So this entire song is basically just verses and choruses and then some instrumental breaks, but all of those breaks and everything, like I said, the chord progression is the same. So how we just played through the verse and the chorus is how you could play through the entire song. But the one thing that is a little bit different will be the intro as well as the outro. There's a little bit more of a picking pattern or like a tab you can do there, and it's actually super simple, so even if you're a beginner you can do it. So let's go ahead and talk about that next. Alright guys, so again, go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as need to really get this strumming rhythm under your belt. You'll want to start out slow and make sure you have all of the coordination to get the strums down right, and then you want to slowly speed it up until you can develop that muscle memory where you can play through it without counting it in your head anymore. This does take a lot of time and practice, but I do have that Practice With Me strumming series where I have this exact pattern on there. So again, that's linked in the description if you need it. But once you have the strumming under your belt, let's go ahead and break down some of those intro and outro tabs that you can hear through the song. All right guys, so like I said, these tabs are actually super beginner friendly, but first of all, if you don't know what it is that is written here at the top of the screen, I do have a how to read guitar tabs video here, so check that out first so you can get a lay of the land, and then we can come back and break this down. But basically for the intro and the outro, we only need 2 chords, which is our D, and then that other one I talked about during the chord section, which is our D add 4. Okay, that's the only two chords you need to know during both of these tabs. So let's start with the intro tab. It's a little easier. We just want to start here in our G string and pick it down, then B down, and then the high E down. All right, so it's almost like a slow strum. All right, your pick is just going over each note. All right, good. And you basically just want to do that 4 times. So we have, all right, then you want to put your index finger down to create that D chord, and then same thing, G, B, and then E. All right, and again, we do that 4 times. All right, and that's basically the entire intro. We're gonna go back and forth between our D add 4 and our regular D chord. So starting with our D add 4 and our index finger off, we have 4 times. Straight into D, 4 times. Back to D add 4 without your index. Back to D. All right? And you essentially want to do both of those chord pairings. You want to do it 4 times total. And then the last time when you're on your D add 4, we'll do it 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to go straight into your A suspended 4, and we're going to go into that strumming that we practiced earlier. All right, and from there, you'll strum all the way through the entire song until you get to the outro tab. So let's go ahead and bring up the outro tab. All right, and again, for the outro tab, we're only using those same 2 chords. We have our D add 4 and our D. All right, so we're gonna start here with our D chord on our left hand, and basically we're just doing kind of an arpeggiated picking. So you're gonna pick down on the G string, and then up on the E string and the B string, and then down on the G string. Okay, so we have 2, 2, 3, 2. And then you go back up to this high E string again, 2, 3, 2, 2. All right, that's the whole little pattern. So it goes like this. All right, then you want to take off your index finger, and so you have your D add 4 chord on now, and it's the exact same thing. So now we have open, 2, 3, open, 2, 3, open, 2. So what you want to do is you're going to string these 2 together, starting with our D. We've got straight into your D add 4, back to your D, back to your D add 4. All right, and at the end of the song, you're gonna play through both of these chord pairings 3 times, and then at the very end, we'll just end on a down strum D, okay? So that outro sounds like this. And then strum. All right, and that's how the song ends. So those are the 2 tabs, super simple even if you're a beginner, so go ahead and try them out if you like them. All right guys, so again, one last time, go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to look over these 2 tabs. Like I said, they're super beginner friendly and they only use 2 chords each. If you're new to picking individual strings with your guitar pick, this is a great song to start with. And obviously these tabs are totally optional. If you wanted to, you could just strum through the intro and the outro as well. But once you have everything under your belt, the chords, the transitions, the strumming, these tabs if you want, we can put together everything we've learned in this video to play through the song. 1, 2, ready, go. Want to have fun jamming out to the rest of the song with me? Then make sure to check out my Patreon page where you can unlock access to this as well as all my other fast track and play along guitar tutorials. I'll make sure to leave a link for that in the description box down below. If you enjoyed learning this song with me, then you should definitely check out this video. Not only does it have a super similar vibe and feel, but it's just as fun and easy to play, so I'll see you over there.